Welcome. I want to start where we need to begin and end every conversation, and that's on the fate of the planet. I've mentioned before that we're destroying our planet big time, and it's something that's really going to hurt us. It's going to hurt everything in existence on the planet. If the flooding that wasn't enough in terms of what's happening with global warming, let me remind you that we are killing plants and animals at a rate, and when I say killing, I mean making them extinct, that's 100 times the normal rate. Okay? That isn't natural, and it is exceedingly, exceedingly dangerous. Good example are the bee population. We depend on bees for pollinating all the plants, well, not all, but a lot, especially fruits and vegetables. And fully 1/3 of all the food that goes into our mouths is related to that. Now, everything on the planet is interrelated. Living things, non-living things, countries, continents, they're all related, okay? And we can't keep that isolated and out of our mind. It's just too important and it's too all-encompassing. But I want to regress just a little bit right now and focus on one thing in one country, and that's us and our election, okay? And within that, I want to focus on one particular candidate. And this particular candidate says whatever you want to hear, okay? He will pander, he will hustle, he will do whatever it takes to get what he wants from you, okay? Understand that he does not care about the middle class, he does not care about the lower class. He just does what he wants, lies through his teeth to get what he wants, okay? And if we need proof, there's so many things to look at, okay? For starters, think about all the contractors and everything that you've read about how many times he and the people who work for him have told people they've been paid enough, even if they have a contract for a job was done well, and he basically screws them out of their money. That's one of the reasons there are so many lawsuits pending against this particular candidate. And you know what? Justifiably so. How about all the money that he's made from the bankruptcies of his different companies and his different enterprises? Okay, he's gained from that. However, when you look at it, who's lost? All the people who lost their jobs from all these bankruptcies and these bad decisions and bad practices. And then what about Trump University, which was meant to help people learn real estate so they can make their own fortunes? Well, you know what? That turned out to be a total scam, which is going to end up in some even greater lawsuits, okay? And all he's doing is playing on your dreams and offering you nothing, but he has profited, okay? So, what's another important topic? Well, how about the veterans that he keeps talking to? Oh my God, how could you possibly vote for this candidate, all right? The military, our military, who I have great respect for, has basically, over the years, been focused on battling communists, a large part of which is like Russia and China, and a lot of different dictatorships around the world, basically really, really bad people. So, we have the military, we've had this history, and yet this candidate who panders to the military has been in business with the Russians, basically in bed with the Russians, and on top of everything else, had the absolute audacity to suggest in public that the Russians continue their hacking and attack through the computers the Democratic National Committee. Okay? Not only is that immoral, not only is that illegal, it is absolutely downright unpatriotic in every way that you could possibly imagine. Okay? We need to see his tax returns, we need to see who he's really been dealing with, and you need to see some level of honesty from this candidate, and that will open your eyes, because right now you have not seen that. However, I talked about jobs before. Jobs really aren't the issue overall when you look at our planet. It's the population and the fact that we have too many people, not enough resources, not enough space, and we need to do something about that. And if we can keep the population down, everything else will fall into place. That I promise you. We need to think ahead. So we really don't need a candidate like this who is really not interested in himself at all. I'm sorry, in you at all, but only himself. Okay, we need somebody with experience. We need somebody with intelligence. We need someone who's going to think of the future as well as the present. We need ideas like build up, not out. We need ideas like rebuild, not build. We need to be smart. We need to be caring. We need to look after the people on this planet who really need that. And I've seen nothing now that's indicate that that's going to happen. We don't need the hate that's espoused by this candidate. We don't need ignorance in the population. And we certainly don't need stupidity in the way that we handle our business. Okay? We need to think strongly. We need to think smartly. We need to think about the present. And we need to do that with the idea of securing the future. And I don't mean security. I mean simply being able to live. Let me end with a quote from the author Robert A. Heinlein. You can sway 1,000 men by appealing to their prejudices quicker than you can convince one man by logic. And isn't that the sad truth? Thank you very much.